I got it. That wasn't turned on, right? And I didn't realize it. Yeah, I get it. I'll move it over. No, and you know what? It was, I had it all loud because I didn't know it wasn't turned on. So that's why it got loud right away. Yeah, and we can do that. Got it. That wasn't turned on, right? And I didn't realize it. Yeah, we got it. Perfect. We're good. There we go. Would you take a look at that? I actually know what I'm doing. See, you take 1 week off and everything goes to, well, you know. And real quick about last week, Dad is fine. To those of you of a certain age, make sure that you drink 5 to 8 glasses of water per day, plenty of protein. What ended up happening, his sodium levels were low. And no, it's not just adding more salt to your meal, it's having protein. And that's what happens when your sodium levels are low, you lose your balance, you fall down, and you do that while you're peeing at 3 o'clock in the morning. So luckily he's not here to embarrass, I'm here for him. So let us do this real quick. Share the screen, recording. And don't tell me you guys don't do this at home. Talk your way through. Here we go. Look at that. All right. We welcome the Village of Schaumburg here today. Thank you for coming. And if I can ask, let's see, Gary Anderson, why don't you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Ernie, how would you like to lead us in the four-way pact today and the way I interact with others?
Four-way pact is the way I interact with others. First,
I'll have the courage to tell the whole truth. I'll be kind in the way that I tell it. I'll be fair and not seek selfish advantage. I'll have an open heart and an open mind. And let's see, I got a choice here between Jack and Mike. I vote for Jack too. I think Jack, please lead us in an invocation. Hold on a second. Please bow our heads. Thank you.
Dear God, we give thanks for this day and for the guests that are with us. We ask the blessing on the Rotarians here and around the world and the projects that they're involved with. Bless this food and this meeting to our use. We ask you in your name. Amen.
Amen. Go ahead and take your seats, everybody. Okay, perfect. And they're here. All righty, as everybody's getting settled in, let me just go through what we're going to be going through today. Regular meeting agenda. Also just found out that a lot of you might not have been here last week and had no idea what I was talking about. Last week, I had to miss the board meeting and the regular meeting. My dad took a spill. He went to the emergency room. I had to be there. If you've ever been to the emergency room, it takes forever. And by 9 o'clock, I realized I wasn't getting out of there. And Brian reluctantly but enthusiastically decided to take over both the board meeting and the regular meeting. And that's what I was talking about. You're welcome. That's just mainly for Jim Fabrini. That's all we do anything for is Jim Fabrini, right? So we will have some Rotary news of the week. We're going to have club announcements. We're going to have the Queen of Diamonds. We are going to induct 3 new members today. But first, before all of that, let's welcome our guests. Again, the tables aren't numbered, so I'm going to start over here to my immediate left. Hold on, he's going to introduce you and say hopefully some nice things. Woohoo! And a new member, no longer a guest over there. Look at that, it's been 2 weeks. Right over here, we got Wes, who will introduce the guests at the bad boy table. Ooh. Good. How about that group in the corner, that group, the Bad Boy Part 2 table? Anybody there? All distinguished and happy and smiling Rotarians. Right there, halfway in the middle, for the very last time, should we introduce them as guest scale for the very last time? Very good. Then the final right there, we've got somebody for the first time and somebody for the last time. Hit it, Mr. Fabrini.
I'm introducing from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Andrea Patel, and her daughter was a exchange student here 10 years ago.
Oh.
So we and she was an exchange student 30 years ago, but in Elgin. So we're happy to have her from Brazil. She's a Rotarian also, sorry.
Oh, very nice. Busy. Very nice.
She's got a Rotary stuff on and then for the last time, we're going to introduce Anastasia. Thank you. Commercial real estate broker, and Alan is her sponsor.
Very good. Well, let's just get this done here. I'd like to ask Alan and Anastasia to come on up here, as well as Gail, don't put another thing in your mouth, and Linda and Jean to please come up here, because Gail is the sponsor of both Linda and Jean. And I am just now realizing what Jean was talking about when she said that Rachel brought some stuff. Jean, I hate to interrupt you, but I need whatever it was that Rachel brought. I just realized now what you were talking about. In the meantime, while that's happening, look at these wonderful people. Let's have everybody's attention here. I know salads are very important to all of us, but the Rotary Club to add members from time to time so that we may not only increase our usefulness and influence as the club, but to extend the spirit of Rotary throughout the community. Today, I welcome to our ranks and admit to membership 3 members. Go ahead, yeah, one more time. And I'm just going to do it quick. We've got Jean, we've got Linda, we've got Anastasia. Very cool. Rotarians, you've been elected to our membership in this club because your fellow members believe you to be a worthy representative of your calling and also to possess qualities that will permit you to exemplify in public, business, social, and private life the true spirit of Rotary. I wish to impress upon you that you have been admitted not only to the Rotary Club of Schaumburg-Hoffman Estates, but to a worldwide association. And by virtue of your membership in this club, you will be welcomed into the fellowship of any Rotary Club in the world. Thank you for coming from internationally. Honor and privilege of Rotary membership carries with it duties and obligations. You will be expected to attend the club's meetings regularly, to perform your share of club service, and to place your knowledge and talents at the disposal of the club in its task of carrying the principles of Rotary into the daily life of the community. Now, I ask all of our members to rise. Give that to you in a second. Rotarians Jean, Linda, and Anastasia, in the name of the Rotary Club of Schaumburg-Hoffman Estates, I now formally admit you to membership in this club and affix your label of our emblem. So we got, if you could do this for
Okay. So I'm not going to put the pin on her. I'll let her do that herself.
Just over here, maybe Don can help over here. I don't know. That's what they give them now. And we do have, I know I saw Linda's name badge and I saw it somewhere. I know it's somewhere. I know it is. So we'll get that to you very soon. Hey guys, I've only been doing this 3 months. So I'm still new. No, I'm just kidding. All right, fellow Rotarians, I commend to you our newest members, Rotarian Jean, Linda, and Anastasia, who have been, you'll have to learn their classifications in just a minute, and charge all of you to welcome them. Anastasia, by virtue of being closest to the microphone, just to tell us in a few minutes or less, just a little bit about you. Everybody can sit down now. Yes. Boy, you never listen to me unless it has something to do with that. Huh?
All right. Thank you so much. I'm really honored to be a member of Rotary Club, Hoffman Estate in Schaumburg. And I want to introduce a little bit myself. So I was born in Russia, and then my parents moved to Ukraine. And then in 19 years, when I was 19 years old, I moved to America without parents, sisters, anyone. So my mom only gave me $500 and say, good luck. Yes. And that's pretty much how I started my life in United States. And, I have zero English. We didn't learn so much English in the schools, mostly German, but I wasn't a good really in the school. And, I've been trying everything in America. I've been a health coach. I've been a bikini bodybuilder in competition. I've been a bakery owner, a chocolatier, and I graduated a culinary school in Chicago, actually. And we moved, me and my husband, within those 10 years that I lived in United States, even 11, we moved 10 times, starting from Boston, mostly Eastern Coast. And then we decided to stop in Chicago. And maybe I want to say good news that we have finally moved to our new house, and we bought our first time home in America. So I'm really proud of it. And I'm really proud of it, be a citizen of United States. Thank you.
Well, that's really cool. I bet everybody just can't wait to hear your whole story here. Linda, same thing. We hope that you can tell us a little bit more about yourself.
About the years you lived in Russia and then.
My story is not quite as exciting as our friend Anastasia. I do want to hear more about that. That's incredible. I grew up in Evanston. I believe, and I don't know if there's a master list somewhere, and thinking about what I was going to say, I can remember, I think my grandfather was a Rotarian. And I do remember I lived very close to the canal, and there was a Rotary park. I remember skipping around the Rotary sign on the ground there. I grew up with 2 older brothers. I graduated from Evanston Township High School in 3 years, wanted to get out of there, went away to college a week after I turned 17. And I have a Bachelor of Science in Management. And now I have moved to Hoffman Estates in 1993. I have 3 sons, 20, 26, and 28, that all are half living at home, half living at other places. You know how 20-year-olds are. I started real estate in 2007, which wasn't a good time to start, but it helped me learn how to work hard. And I'm still here and I love what I do. And I don't like talking about myself much, so I'm going to just stop right there. I'm happy to meet you all. Thank you.
And now I'd like to ask Gene, come up and tell us a little bit about yourself as we welcome you in the club.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say I'm proud to have been accepted as a member, and I hope that in the future, you all can see that it was a good decision. So I hope to make you all proud. I grew up in Wakanda, which is way up north, not in Wisconsin. Some people think that's in Wisconsin. And then when I was 21 or 22, I moved to Las Vegas for a couple of years, and then moved back here and got into the mortgage business here. I've been in the mortgage business for over 20 years. I started, some of you may remember me from a few years ago. I did a little speech here about ghost hunting. So I'm still doing that. I've been doing that for well over 10 years, and that's much more exciting to talk about than mortgages. So Alan told me I had about an hour to talk, so I'm going to go through every year of my life and let you know where I was. And he didn't tell me it was a costume party when I first saw him. I said, wait a minute, he's not in a suit today. I hope to be able to get to know each and every one of you through time, and looking very forward to all the volunteering and stuff that it looks like that we do, and learning more about the Rotary. So thank you.
One more time, let's give them a big standing ovation, our brand new members. Okay. Yes, I was just going to announce that. So as per tradition, at the end of this meeting, please stand at the door and say goodbye to everyone as they are leaving, and we will do the same. Whew. All right. The good news Rotary of the week might have been mentioned last week, but tomorrow we do have our Rotary Summit. It is at Harper College, also available online. It's never too late to register, so please do so if you want to. Continental breakfast will be served. I know I'm going to have a bagel while I'm sitting there watching it at home. We do have our World Polio Day, and thank you to our guests for wearing the End Polio Now t-shirt. We all appreciate it. I do want to play this. I'm not trying this whole thing again. So I know I've got an aunt in Arlington Heights who is a lion, and we always have this argument that polio is gone. What's your new cause? And I keep reminding her that polio is not gone. And the message here today, there's still 2 countries that we still have to hit. So it's never too late to donate directly for the End Polio Now. You've all gotten the emails. You all know how to do it. I know that our club has also donated to that fund. And please continue doing that as much as you can. All right. All right. Who's ready for some happy dollars, baby? Woo! I'd say that, you know, you guys both had your hands up at the same time. I think they should wrestle. Wrestle.
Hey, I don't know if you guys know yeah, I was fishing. Oh. But anyway, this is the truth. Are you looking up there when you say that? Where's that? 387 fish bins over 3 days. They were 90% of 80% of them really were all big bass, about a 6-pound smallmouth, a big 7.5-pound largemouth. It was the most fish I ever caught in a short period of time. 387 over 3 of us. So that makes me $5. That was catch and release, I'm assuming. All catch and release. Where were you? Alabama. Now that's what I'm wondering too. You're talking about the fish, right?
Please do. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, it was good to hear part of the program.
Oh man.
So I have a happy dollar. Just wanted to introduce a guest, Crystal Maxwell. She's with the Boys and Girls Club.
Greenwood and Schaumburg and Elgin.
Thank you, Crystal. Roger Dodger.
So raise your hand if you're going to the harvest fest. So I had $5 one because my mom is coming up this weekend. So I want to take her to the harvest fest. So I had these in advance because I know all of you will say only good things. Also, I'm going to miss next week. I'm going to take her back. And then I want to mention on October 31st, my grandmother, Scout Smith, will be there.
Let's just keep going around the table. There's Pat. Go ahead and go next.
I have $5 happy in honor of the Sky having taken the women's.
Women NBA championship, baby. Go ahead, Holly.
Well, it's a mom thing. I'm $5 happy because I've taken my mom to the Joffrey Ballet tonight at the house.
Very cool. Let's go to the other side of the room to Jean.
Yep, and there's also an oak tree still there growing tall. So that was our founding president back in 1969.
Thank you. Jim Fabrini.
I have $5 happy today. Number one, I'm happy that Andrea can make it with us. She came in the store and said hello. Just brought back a whole bunch of great memories of her daughter staying here 10 years ago. We had a great time. So that's one. And then I got to play pickleball with Alan and his wife last night. A little cold, but everyone that there was talking about, competing against Jeff Miller one day.
One day, sign up the ladder.
$5.
Great. Alan.
I have $5 happy and I'm going to break it up. 3 of it goes to our newest members today, David and Jean. Welcome to the club. And last weekend, Chris and I had the opportunity to sneak away to Galena to help celebrate our anniversary. And what a great time. And Jeff, we always get some money. That's how well it plays.
Anastasia.
This is my first happy dollar. So I'm really happy to do that. And I'm happy to be a new member. And I'm happy that tomorrow I'm gonna volunteer with Grace again in the park.
There you go. Very good. Jumping in with both feet, Eileen.
I have $2 happy because I'm thrilled that Allison's here. She's been our contact with the village of Schaumburg for years. I'm Eileen, and you get all those emails from me. And,
Very good. Gail, behind you. Woo. Don't just stay at that table with Jean.
We have $3 happy for being accepted as a member.
Yeah.
And I have $2 happy for Alan's Hawika.
Gene, when you keep doing things like that, we're wondering if you're going to fit in with this crowd. We really are. Let's go over here to Don.
Yeah, I've got $5 happy, one for new members. And Gene, have you seen the new movie, the new series Ghost on CBS? It's really a funny program. You got to watch it. The other 4 is for Holly and I attended the Interact meeting at Boston High School on Wednesday. And they are, again, a really vibrant, very talented group. And we're very hopeful we can get some fundraising things going there with combination with the Autos Club, as well as Jim Fabrini is a hero. All they talk about is what he does in taking kids to ride. And so what an impact that has had in the club. And again, it's a great representation for us. So thank you, Jim.
Thank you. All right, anybody else? What a wild meeting. This is going on and on. Oh, thank you. Sorry.
I got $5 for, I did my first volunteer work with Rotary today. I read to a group of young children at Child Voice, and it was a blast.
Oh, very cool.
And I am happy, so I'm looking forward to dinner.
Oh, very cool. Anyone else? Not missing it. All right. Thank you, Jeff. You've served us well. Club announcements. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, Rotarians. You know the routine. Hello, Eileen. Come on, I know you're out of the habit because I haven't been here, but
Hello,
Eileen.
Oh, hello, Eileen.
oh, I like that. Get a little something going. I'm just following up for Sarah in case you didn't see your emails this morning. We're trying to work with the POC. They've got a serious need for 5 families that are new to cold weather, and they don't have clothing as well as sleeping bedding. We're hoping that we might be able to get some gently used comforters. We only need 5. And clothes for kids is not an issue because District 54 does so much to help and other organizations. But, and even women's clothes are easier to come by, but it's the men's clothes. Winter gear and smaller sizes because a lot of these folks are undernourished and, you know, shorter as well. Men's socks can be used. If anybody has new underwear that for one reason or another they want a gift, we would love to have it. Also, community service is going to be using $2,000 for Operation Warm, which many of you know about. It's the coat program. And these are new coats. And Jim Fabrini's wife will not have to wash 400 jackets. Tell her this is for her. And did you? Good. Because we used to do a coat drive with Lifetime Fitness and members, and it always had a lot of work involved. Operation Warm is new coats. We can get adult and children's coats. So we've got $2,000 committed to that. So please, if anybody can help, let Sarah know. She'll help pick them up during the week, or you can drop them at the Hyatt where she works. But we only need 5 comforters and some smaller sizes for men's winter gear. Thanks, folks.
So I want to clarify. Alan said he's got some gently used underwear. Only 10 years old.
No, we draw the line at 9. Also, I announced some of our other holiday projects coming up. Jean will be talking about Shop with a Cop, Roger, Toys for Tots, Bruce, Trickster. So we got a lot happening soon. So get ready. Thank you.
All right, so after an absence, we are going to be picking up trash on our stretch of Gulf Road, which is from Roselle Road to Plum Grove Road, a week from tomorrow. I don't have the exact details. Usually it's from 9 to 11-ish. We meet in the parking lot of Kohl's, which is approximately in the middle between our stretch of road. So put it on your calendar to join the Bryans walking and picking up trash on Gulf Road a week from tomorrow.
I hold the record for finding the most unique item.
You tell.
It was a black ball with a silver star on the front.
So what is that? Oh, that's where I left it. Oh.
I love it.
So what did you think of it?
I think it is, yeah.
Hello, Friendly Club.
Hi, Roger.
I have two announcements. The first is, as I stood up here last week and I announced the Fishing Well Mentors, and quite a few of you signed up, which I appreciate. I need 3 more. I didn't bring the sign up sheet. I apologize. But if you would have let me know during the meeting if you want to be a Fishing Well mentor, or if you just want to know more about it, because we have several new people, be happy to talk to you about that. And the second announcement is that on the 23rd of November, you have your pens, right? You're writing this down. 23rd of November, that's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Our meeting will be with the Bloomingdale Rotary Club at Bloomingdale Golf Club. And the most important part of this, of course, is if you'll remember from years past, is that one of their past presidents is an Ever Jones person. And we always have a friendly rivalry where this club competes against that club who can get the most toys for tots donated. And so you can bring those toys here to the club and I'll take them, or Michael Olak is going to help me this year. And or you can bring me cash and I will buy them on your behalf. And with toy shortages projected, we might want to start on it early. And remember, our goal is to crush the Bloomingdale Club.
Hey, Roger, that's a clarification. If I was a fishing well mentor, could I do the Vince Sanasardo do nothing at all?
So really, that's the wonderful thing about the fishing well mentorship. It's my motto for that has always been make the most impact with the least effort. So yeah, so
There you go. Very good.
So far we have not, but we want to stay undefeated.
Stay
By the way, we're
undefeated.
like twice their size, so we should be.
For those of you who are new or hadn't been around, so we don't have our regular Friday meeting the day after Thanksgiving. So instead we do it on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving at the Bloomingdale Golf Club. And it is our basically our meeting for that week. Thank you.
The fellowship committee is so anxious to see all of you tomorrow night. Do not forget, right? It's the fall festival, holiday dinner, and mostly chatting with our friends. It's something we don't always get to do. So we look forward to talking with all of you. Don't forget to bring your own, it's BYOB. And we start at 6:30. Any questions? Good. We'll see you all there. Thank you so much. At Gale's Clubhouse. Eaton. On the invitation. If not, give us a call. We'll be happy to show you where to go.
Very good.
Thanks, Bonnie. Who, raise your hands if you're not going to the fellowship event tomorrow. Okay, if you're not going, this is from me to you, this is my official goodbye. Angela and I have sold the house. We are moving. We'll be here for another 7 to 10 days. I'm trying, Nancy. Nancy asked if I was going to say this with a tear in my eye. I may work myself with that. I promised Tom I wouldn't be too long. I will see the rest of you tomorrow night, and I will bring Angela, of course, because I would rather spend time with Angela than me. He's made that clear to me for about 30 years. Yeah, this is tough. I've been in this community for 50 years. My parents brought us here in 71. As you all know, I'll still be a Rotarian at heart. Not going to find a club like this. I've already done some searching and not going to find a club like this. But I'll miss all of yous. Pardon? I'll miss all of yous. I'll try to keep it short. So with that, our newest members, hopefully, you just didn't rush in because you heard I was leaving. There's room there. Try to be a little levity here. And with that, I'd like you to pay attention because one of the most important things we do is raise funds for the community, and just not our community, it's the international community. And with that, I leave you with Mr. McCullough.
Hey, when I said 2 minutes, I didn't include the standing ovation and stuff like that. Come on now.
May I have Bruce Domke and Brian Berg please join me up here? Both Bruce and Brian have donated so much to the RI Foundation that their donations have now topped $7,000. And because that's happened, they get a new lapel pin, and they're leaving the lapel pins that have the blue sapphires, and they now get their first lapel pin with a red ruby like that. So thank you both and congratulations.
No speak. Oh, you get. Oh, all right. You're not gonna have a chance to breathe here today. So sorry. We do have our Queen of Diamonds. Yep. Brian, no rest for the wicked here. So shuffling it up. I can almost guarantee there's not going to be clicking. So let's see what we can do here. And here we go. You can hear it. Can you just feel it? You can just feel the vibration just happening. Where it stops? Julie Clark. All right. Well, the rule is if you're not here, you lose. No, if you're not here, you choose the least number, the first number available. I think whatever it is. Number 20. Number 20. Here we go.
I probably will not do this as quick as Rachel did last week.
She did it quick?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, crap.
I'm going to make her do it from now on. Yeah, she would already be done.
Yeah, well, we're not knife smiths. I think I've seen her kind of, work the knives.
It is a 5 of hearts.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, as I mentioned, this meeting is going by so quickly. So we're going to bypass me actually having a meal. I feel like I can probably live without this particular meal. So we will bring up our fun and frolic fine master. I'm going to assume it's Alan Gabe because I didn't get an email. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest fine master of all time, Alan Gabe. Woo!
For those of you who weren't here a couple weeks ago, Jeff Miller did fun frolic, and he did a great job. And he indicated it was an art, and Tom told Jeff, I didn't know it was an art because Alan always used to do it. And everybody in the club moaned and groaned and said to Tom that, Tom, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. So I decided, and Tom fetched about being a president always being fined the most. So I was thinking about it, and I decided I was going to be the bigger man. Well, not obviously bigger man one way, but philosophically. And Tom, you get a pass today. No fines for you. So in lieu of that, all the past presidents, I need a couple back people. Gene, I know you, Chris, no, you sit down. You do too. Okay, you be a fine person. Mike, since it's your last meeting, why don't you be a fine and stand up, because since I can't find, I'm not going to find our presidents. All the past presidents, please contribute $2. So if you're not a mentor, for the new members and our guests, our biggest fundraiser is the Classic, and the second biggest fundraiser is me. So if you're not not signed up to be a mentor, and Roger has the list, that'll be $2. Last week during the meeting, which was a very interesting meeting, for some reason, Vince Sanasardo and Wes Crockett thought it would be more important to look at Wes's phone than listen to the speaker. So because of that, both of you will pay $5, because that's the rules of the Fine Master organization, that if you're looking at your phone during the meeting. Okay, that'll be $2 more because you have 2 sons. And I saw pictures of them last night and they're adorable. If you are Wendy, last week your phone went off during the meeting, didn't it? That's $5. I even pick on the new members. Speaking of new members, we have 3 new members today, Anastasia, Linda, and Jean. And as always, I have to anoint you to the club, so that'll be $5 for being a new member of the club. And Jean, I'll talk to you a little bit later. Gary Anderson, 2 weeks ago, your person, sponsee, you're the sponsor, she's the sponsee, was inducted and you weren't here. And I know you gave some lame excuse that you're an accountant and you had to do all this tax stuff. Okay, why weren't you here?
It was my 45th birthday.
Yeah, so? Wait. So let me understand something. You've had 45 birthdays, right? But this is the only time when Wendy was going to get inducted in the club, right? So your 45 birthdays are more important than Wendy?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, that'll cost you $5 to not say that. If you have not brought in a new member during the reign of terror of our president, Tom Ghosh, that'll be $2. If you're not going to the holiday party, shame on you. That'll be $2. If you're not going tomorrow night to the harvest thingamajigger at Gail's place, that'll be $2. And Gail, since you forgot what the address was of where you gave these straight, and then you turned to Nancy and you looked at her to find out what the name of the street is. Don't deny it, I saw you. So that'll be $3. If you didn't bring any clothes in today to help Eileen, that'll be $2. And Tom is going to take one of his suits and we're going to donate that to 3 families. Okay, 4. If you don't have a guest at your table, that'll be $2. And unfortunately, the table in the back, you have no guests anymore. So that'll be $2 each. If you didn't play pickleball this week, shame on you. That's the biggest growing sport in America. I know Nancy Redmond is ready to play Jeff because she is really into it. So that'll be $2. Obviously, if you're late, it'll be $2. If you're not wearing your pin, that'll be $2. If you're not wearing your badge, it'll be $2. And if you have a guest who came late, that'll be $2 to the members, since of course I don't find guests sometimes. Don Miner, I hate to do this to you, Don, but Jim Fabrini's head's big enough for you to call him a hero. You should have seen it almost exploded the third table. So that'll be $2. And Mike, I loved your talk and we're going to miss you, but I did realize, you just say that it's important to have fundraising and you are moving. So why don't you contribute another $5 to fundraising? Everybody have a safe and healthy weekend. Take care. Enjoy the fall. That's my half record.
It's only 1 week. All right. Good deal. Well, let us now. Today we had lots of stuff going on. Anytime we can induct 3 new members, I think it's a pretty good day and worthy without having to take a break. Try to keep this fun and entertaining for you. We do have the village of Schaumburg. How many of you live or have lived in Schaumburg? All right, very cool. All right, see, got a pretty good crowd for you. So I'd like to bring up Allison, who will talk about the kind of the state of Schaumburg, what's happening with Schaumburg, village of Schaumburg. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow, thank you so much for allowing me to come and join you guys today. I will admit, this is my first Rotary meeting ever, so I had no idea what to expect. So I love it though, and I love the energy in here. So again, I appreciate you guys inviting me in today and allowing me to talk a little bit about what's going on in Schaumburg. I am the Director of Communications and Outreach for the village, so I am involved in a lot of different projects. I work with all the departments, and we're in charge of basically promoting the village, getting all the information about what is going on out to the public. So I appreciate having a live audience to be able to share some things with you. So I'm going to go through a brief presentation on a variety of topics. So if you allow me to get through that, I'll try to save some room at the end for questions. I also want to say that I am not Brian Townsend, so you're not supposed to heckle me today. So just want to make that. So let's see. All right. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about is our village does a national community service every couple of years. It's something that we're actually doing right now. Our last one was done in 2018. And it is a way for us to make sure that we're gauging feedback and input from the community. It's something we use to be able to our strategic planning, allocate our resources. It's our roadmap for the decisions that the village board makes. So we're in the process right now of doing our 2021 National Community Survey. So we're interested in getting good input from our community. Hopefully that will drive some of our decision making in the future. So these are some survey stats that we had previously from our 2018 survey. We had some really great feedback from folks. And we're hoping that we'll be able to get some really good feedback from this survey as well. As you know, in Chicago and in the suburbs, there are only two seasons, construction and winter. We are currently in construction season. If any of you have driven around town lately, you have probably noticed Meacham and Algonquin under construction. It's a large project. It's one that we've received grant funding for. We're widening nearly a mile of Algonquin Road. We're adding a second turn lane on eastbound Algonquin, and we're adding a third eastbound lane on Algonquin east of Meacham. So a lot of work taking place there. It's going to be torn up. They're wrapping up a lot of underground electrical work. They're going to shut down for the winter season in a couple weeks here, pending we still have some good weather, but that will continue on next year as well. So a lot of activity in that area, which I'll talk about in a couple of minutes, is kind of the reason why we're doing some of that project. Am I not talking loud
You're
enough?
talking good. We'll get there.
I'll shout. Thank you. Another project that we've got going on is reconstruction of National Parkway. Again, another project that's a three-phase project from Higgins to Gulf. We've got some concrete work that's being completed there. And then we've got some other infrastructure work that is taking place. So again, a couple other big infrastructure pieces that are taking place as part of our capital improvement program. Also by our town square over at Roselle and Schaumburg, you may have noticed, the lights have been down for our clock tower. We're making some repairs out there. Some of the concrete was in need of repair, and just kind of that area needed a bit of a facelift. We're doing some electrical and paver work out there. That's going to be wrapping up, I believe, fairly quickly here. We are trying to get that area prepped for our upcoming Veterans Day event that is typically held there. So some great improvement projects happening out that way. A couple other projects coming up down the road. Actually, one that's going on right now is our Summit Drive is being resurfaced, Wise Road to Schaumburg. That's ongoing right now. We're doing some curb work out there right now. We've got a couple more weeks, hopefully getting some resurfacing happening. Again, everything is weather dependent, so hopefully we're able to get it in before the season shuts down. Another upcoming project is resurfacing for Weathersfield Road. That'll be Braintree Drive to Salem Drive. So that will be upcoming as well. A lot of these important projects, this is a big deal for the board in making sure that our infrastructure is maintained, making sure that we're still, have the amenities that people want to come and live here. So infrastructure is always a big deal in terms of getting those projects done. Another exciting project that we just started out recently, we're making some renovations at our municipal plaza. So if you've ever visited our village hall, or maybe you've come to our Prairie Center for the Arts, that whole plaza area right between the two buildings there, a lot of concrete. That old gazebo was there. We had some concrete that was in need of repair. That whole entire area is getting a facelift. The idea is it is a public area. It is an area that we use for a lot of our bigger events, such as Septemberfest, Prairie Arts Fest, looking to kind of reshape that a little bit, give it some additional outdoor public seating, make it a better gateway and enjoyable area for both employees in the area and then also the visitors that come and enjoy our place there. So that's really exciting. There's a big bulldozer out there right now, a lot of concrete flying. So I'm super excited to see that coming into fruition. So that will be continuing on into spring of next year as well. Further on down from our Village Hall, you probably noticed if you've gone down Summit Drive lately, you'll notice some of the homes that are going up there closer to Wise Road. Large development, 149 single family homes are being built. This is the old property that was owned by High School District 211. It is being obviously developed by a contractor. There's going to be some new street connections at Summit Drive to Plum Grove. It is a long-term project, so will be for the next foreseeable future. Our village is very involved in the project in terms of reviewing plans, doing inspections, making sure that everything is on track for the specs. So exciting project is going to be getting some new housing stock for our community and hopefully attract other new Schaumburg residents to come call Schaumburg home. So great project down the road from us. I also wanted to just share a couple of the new businesses that are now open. With the pandemic, we had, such a challenging time for all businesses. At the village, we're very much dependent on local tax revenues. And it was really tough to see a lot of our businesses struggling, especially the smaller businesses. So we're super excited just to be able to bounce back from the pandemic, be able to open some new places in town. We've got a few different restaurants with Shabu U. We've got Crumble Cookies. If you haven't been there yet, oh my gosh, those cookies are amazing. There's a couple different salons that have opened, a lot of small businesses. So we certainly encourage our folks to always shop local whenever possible, just to make sure that you're supporting our local businesses. If you haven't checked out some of these places before, I encourage you to do so. And you can always learn about new businesses opening on our website too at schaumburg.com. We also have a couple adventures coming up. Burrito Paria Mexicana. I may have butchered that. I apologize. It is a great Mexican restaurant that we're looking forward to that will go in the former McDonald's space on Higgins Road. Carvana is an online auto dealer that will be in construction pretty soon here on Penny Lane. We've got Road Ranger headquarters. They're actually relocating to the Schaumburg Corporate Center. So very excited to be able to gain that new business into Schaumburg, especially during these tough times. And then we also have X Golf too. We're excited to see them coming. Oh, we have a golfer aficionado in the back. So there'll be golf simulators going into the old Punch Bowl Social. So we're looking forward to a lot of variety. We've got restaurants, we've got some headquarters, we've got some entertainment, a lot of great businesses coming soon to the village of Schaumburg. So keep an eye out for those as well. I also wanted to just mention too, because we were talking about businesses, we were actually recently awarded by the Better Business Bureau of Chicago as a Better Business Town. It's a new recognition that is being bestowed to municipalities who actively promote ethical and trustworthy business in the marketplace. So our village is really excited to receive this award. Our Mayor Daley was happy to be presented with it. And it just shows the amount of great business that is going on in our community. So very excited about that. Another great project that you may not be aware of, because it does look a little bit just like a field of dirt right now. We do have our 90 North Public Park that is in construction. This is over by our Motorola Solutions campus, right by Bowler, if you've been on Progress Parkway. It's going to be the new park area. It's going to be a regional destination. Again, another long-term project, but we broke ground this summer. We had a groundbreaking event and things are being graded in the area. A lot of the underground infrastructure is being put in place. Just this week, they were doing concrete work, getting all the foundation together. It's going to be a really cool park once it's done, and just a great meeting space to be outdoors. Eventually we'll have a lot of other amenities as well. So this is an exciting venture for the village, and we look forward to getting this project completed as well. Other happenings at 90 North, we do have, that's kind of the area that we do call just north of 90, that Motorola campus that we're in the process of redeveloping. We do have, as I said, our Bowler headquarters is open at the corner of Progress Parkway and Parkside Drive. We've got 2 more office buildings that are planned to be built right in that area adjacent to Bowler. We've got DR Horton Northgate row homes that are being constructed. Those are getting under contract. That's great, 260 row home development that is going on there. And then we also have Ria Living. This is a 4-story independent living building for adults 55 years and older. This is anticipated to be built on Parkside Drive, north of Bowler and south of DR Horton's row homes. Plans are still being fine-tuned for this development, but it should be a great development once it's finished. So a lot of exciting things happening in that area. We're going to continue to transform that area with retail, business, and housing. So very exciting for the village, and we look forward to bringing you more news on that as things progress. Just wanted to plug a couple of upcoming events. If you live in the area, you're a Schaumburg resident, our Prairie Center is open for business again. We did shut for quite some time during the pandemic, but we are offering performances. We've got one tomorrow night with some tickets still available for our All-Star Blues review. We have a community blood drive next week. So blood drive supply is always in need of donations. So if you are able to, I would love to have you come on out for that. That'll be held at our barn. We've got information again on our website as well. Halloween, obviously this weekend. We've got a winter emergency preparedness meeting on November 17th, something that our emergency management department is putting together just to get folks a little bit more information and resources about being winter weather prepared since we are heading into that season. It is free and open to the public, so we would encourage you to join us, or if you know somebody that could use some info and resources on that as well. November 26th, the day after Thanksgiving, we are planning on having our tree lighting ceremony, and we'll be ringing in the holidays with our usual Nutcracker performances and some various youth orchestra concerts as well. So we're kind of excited to kind of ring the holidays back in. We didn't really get a chance to do that last year due to the pandemic. So very excited to bring some of these things back to our residents and our community. Our farmers market, one more day to catch it next Friday. Every Friday in Town Square, our farmers market goes on from June through October. So one more Friday left in the season. If you didn't catch it this year, come on back and join us next year. So get your fall favorites over there while you can. I also wanted to mention Snowstat. For those of you who live in Schaumburg, Snowstat is a new plowing operation map that we put together so that residents can actually look up their address and find out where the plows have been. This is a question we get frequently from folks when the snow is flying. Where have you been? When's my street getting plowed? We want to be able to make it easy for you all. So we provided this information. It's a great tool. So the next time we have a snow event, this pertains to village streets only. So next time we have a snow event, feel free to check it out. It's got a lot of great information and can be useful to you. Couple things on senior programming. Our senior barn is open. Again, that was also closed for a little while during the pandemic. We are offering our older adult market. That's a bi-monthly community market for Schaumburg seniors. We also have our senior meal program that is going on. We were offering curbside delivery, but we are now we stopped the curbside. We're actually doing the in-person meeting and lunches again. So we'll have 2 daily lunches to serve more residents. And we just ask that residents register for these events if they're going to attend. And of course, we're still offering lots of events like bingo, lots of other social things, just wanting to make sure that our seniors are engaged. Again, this pandemic was really, really tough on a lot of folks, a lot of isolation and just, for mental health. So, making sure that we were taking care of our seniors is very important to the village. So the barn is a great place for that. A lot of great programming going on there. In addition, we also have a couple services that I think some people don't always know about. We have our nursing and senior services division. We have registered nurses there that can do health consultations and provide information and resources either in person or via the phone. We also offer different screenings, folks, healthy and well-being screenings. So again, if you haven't checked those out before, take a look at it, dial 311 in the village. We also have a family counseling center as well that offers individual and family counseling too. So again, mental health is a really big deal. It's really important that you're taking care of yourself and your family so we can all be a strong community. So I encourage you to take a look at that as a resource if you or someone else ever needs it. And then lastly, I just wanted to offer a couple tips to just stay in contact with us. I'm happy to come out here and present to you in person, but certainly we've got a lot of information going on all the time in the village, so I don't want you to miss out on it. Some great ways to stay in contact is by visiting our website, schaumburg.com. We've got our Cracker Barrel quarterly publications. We're actually working on our winter edition right now. We've got a weekly e-newsletter free. So if you want to sign up for that, you can go to our website and just put in your email address. You'll get that every Friday. That's got a lot of news you can use and some of the construction projects that are going on. For those of you who are savvy and on social media, we are very vibrant on social media. So you can catch us on some of the platforms that most folks are on these days. And then you can also dial 311 in the village. If you ever need anything, you've got a question on something, you see an issue with something, dial 311 is the easiest way to get some answers or to get in touch with a department. So we'd rather have you come and talk to us at the village versus trying to figure something out or maybe going to a friend and getting information that is incorrect. So certainly you're always welcome to dial 311 24/7. And then if you see something, say something to us. You know, we don't always see everything in the village and there's things that need to be addressed. So certainly we're happy to come on out and address something if there's an issue. And with that, that's all I had. I just wanted to thank you all again for allowing me to present a couple things to you. And if I'm okay to, yeah, time for some questions. So hopefully if I can't answer something, I will definitely find an answer for you.
If the infrastructure bill passes through Congress, you have a plan in place to tap into those funds when they become available?
Most definitely. So the village is always keeping an eye on different infrastructure monies that might be available, whether that be through Congress or a lot of times we're getting state grants as well. And even county grants as well. So we're always very much looking ahead to see where we can either consolidate for projects or just be more efficient with the way that we're funding those. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. And then, you know, our village manager is very much in those conversations about what might be coming to Schaumburg. So yeah, good question. A lot of our projects do have grant money affiliation with it. Mm-hmm.
Is Brian still with the village?
Yes, Brian Townsend, yes. Well, you know what, he's a very busy guy. Yes, he's actually my boss. But I already got some ribbing here that, you know, Brian hasn't been to a meeting lately. So I'm gonna bring that back to him. So I'm going to communicate that back to him. Yes. If you would like me to be here, I can be here.
So I had a question on one side of it.
Yes. So they are reconstructing that area and it will be, I believe it's supposed to be reopened to two-way traffic by the end of the shutdown for the winter. They're doing, I think there's 3 sections that they're doing there in terms of reconstructing. So I know it's been kind of a mess lately, but hopefully I think maybe a couple more weeks and they should be kind of opening that back up. I do believe that is continuing into next year. There's another section of that. So just continued improvements and some patience yet. So yeah.
You call 311, see something needs fixing,
Mm-hmm.
something dangerous, the village is on it.
Yeah.
Right away. I've done it myself.
Good.
It works.
Yeah, and I appreciate you bringing that up. 311, it is, I mean, if you don't like being on the website or you know, not feeling comfortable trying to call around to a department, yeah, 311, give us a call, tell us what the problem is or what you need help with. We'll get you to the right department or we'll figure out how we need to address it. So it's a perfect way.
everybody else.
Yeah, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't hear you mention, as a new business opening up, but Tony's Fresh Market and Dominic's, is that still happening?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I haven't been promoting it fully yet. We've got some deals that are still happening. We are in discussions with Tony's. Tony's is interested in occupying that space. We're still looking to finalize a couple of details on that. So I hope to bring more details on that fairly soon. We are, fingers crossed, going to hopefully see that happen. So we're working our butts off to get that to happen, because we definitely want to see that to be a grocery store. So.
He owns the lease on that building, doesn't he?
Well, it's been a complicated process, let's put it that way, but we're moving there. We just, some obstacles have been in the way the last couple of years, but we're definitely yeah. So we're excited. We're hoping to be able to get that kind of sealed up in the next, I think, month or so, and then hopefully we can look forward to hopefully some construction days. There'll need to be some renovations to the building because it's been sitting for a while, but hopefully we'll get that soon. So.
That meet been Algonquin, that I hear you say was going to be done in November, or hopefully by then.
So we're going to shut down for the winter season, November, and then it's going into next year as well.
Avoid that intersection.
Yeah, for right now, it's a little dicey. So yeah.
I don't know if you have any information, but do you have any information about like the current affairs relative to Schaumburg policing and the shortages in the city and how that affects us and carryover and like that?
What was that? I don't know if I speak Jeff Miller's speak, but I'll do my best to interpret. So we are very fortunate that, even though we are somewhat close to the city of Chicago, we're certainly separated enough that, we have a lot of really good men and women on our department. We're not experiencing shortages of policemen and women in our department, thankfully. We have a great recruitment process. We do get a lot of really extremely qualified and talented folks that do that job, which is a really thankless job most days, but very necessary. Thankfully, we haven't had much kind of overlap from things that are happening in the city with Schaumburg. I mean, we are keeping an eye on those things, but I think our police department, I think our police chief was here maybe a couple weeks ago. Yeah, Chief Wolf was out here talking. I don't think that we've had any issues with our, our members on our department as that relates to that. So we do. We have a new police dog. Yes. Box, canine Box. Yeah. Super excited. He's so cute.
We can do one more with Bruce over there.
Yeah.
Does the village have a COVID-19 policy for its employees?
Oh gosh. Yes. We have many policies on COVID-19. Yes, this was a really big deal, a really important issue that back in when all of this started early last year, was it last year? It's all a blur to me now. In 2020, when all of this was starting, one of the first things we had to do was make sure that we could continue functioning as a government. So we needed to make sure that our essential employees could get to work, do the job. We couldn't just have police and fire stay home. We had to be out plowing the streets, taking phone calls, doing permits. I mean, we couldn't just stay home, right? So one of the things we had to do was take a look at, obviously what was happening, what were the risks to employees, and then also, making sure that we took the steps necessary to make sure that we kept our employees safe. And then of course, keeping our employees safe was also keeping the public safe too. So we did masks events, we did vaccine events this last year. It's been a whirlwind, but we've been doing our best to make sure that, we kind of come through this a little bit better on the other side. So good question.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you again. I really appreciate it.
And Jason, if you want to come up here for 1 second, we've got a gift for you. It's Gigi's designs that for us, a mug for you. And thank you. This is a keychain from Gigi's as well.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. And I think your business cards will be over there. So stick around with any questions.
We also have some surveys here, guys. We just would like to get your feedback. We're trying to do some outreach in the community. So the more feedback we can get from the people who are at our presentations, the better it helps us to dictate content. So
Residents only or for
it can be
anybody.
anybody that
You've
saw this
attended, you heard
presentation.
it. Yeah.
Brian read them?
Yeah, I'll make sure he gets
At
them.
some point he will. There's an area for comments if you want to write
Yes, if
something.
you want to say this message is for Brian, I'll make sure he gets that.
Let's give him another round of
Thank
applause.
you
for
again.
Linda Schomburg. If I can ask Linda to come up here one more time. You have. Right out of the box, yes. Linda, we found your badge. It was not that well out in the open. So officially, welcome to our club. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
And now if everybody can please rise, don't go anywhere, Linda. You're gonna lead us in the four-way test.
The four-way test of the things we think say are due. First,
Is it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Couple of quick things. We do still have the sign up for the holiday party at the front table. You can also do that online through the email. And I think that's all I got. Our quote for today: the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Go and lose yourself. Go be a Rotarian.